What's up guys, it's Matt here with Revived Builds, and this is the Crispy Cottage. So you're probably like, what is the Crispy Cottage? Well, it's the nickname to this next project that we got ourselves into. We bought a house, a complete gut, total rehab, as you can see behind me, and we're gonna renovate it, bring it back to its glory. So this past summer, this house caught on fire, thus Crispy, and it's a relatively small house. It's 750 square foot, 2-bedroom, on a really small lot, thus cottage, and there bore the nickname Crispy Cottage. So we want to revive this house, bring it back, salvage as much as possible. Obviously, we're keeping the studs, but no, like the floors and radiators, and bringing it back to that historic time. All right, fast forward a bit. I'm no longer in the house, the Crispy Cottage, and I'm in my messy garage. So we tried to save as much as we could, but there wasn't much to save. So we tore it down. No, we didn't tear it down, but it almost felt like we rebuilt it. So we still tried to save as much as we could. Let's do a little rewinding. Let me tell you the backstory. So a few years ago, the house went into foreclosure, and it's vacant. Bank owned it. Because it was vacant, squatters moved in. So then it was like this problem drug house or whatever for a bit, and then it caught on fire. Most likely from the squatters, whether they were smoking or doing something, having a fire, I don't know. So it caught on fire, and then that's when I come in. So the bank wrote it off as a total loss. They were like, it's a teardown. I was able to convince the listing agent that it wasn't a teardown because that was my specialty. As a structural engineer, I worked for a lot of contractors who did this type of work with insurance companies. You have a fire in your house, let's see what actually damage there is and see what we can repair, what do we have to replace, and let's not take the whole thing down. So I was able to convince that agent, let me in, let me take a look at it. It didn't seem too crazy to me. I mean, it was crazy because a lot of stuff, a lot of smoke, damage, soot, but the fire itself was contained in a small area. So I felt good about that. So I bought it. And then that's where, my high, I was going up, wow, I got this thing, a steal of a deal. And then it was just like, everything's wrong with it. Got to replace everything. So fire was least of my worries. I'll do a video about that. What other things came up when I revealed the bones of an 1800s house with a lot of deferred maintenance. All right, anyways, where were we? So, trying to revive this house to be as good, as best as it can be, bringing it back to its old glory. Well, there wasn't that much to salvage, and what we did salvage, we tried to make as best we could, and then basically to fill in the gaps, we salvaged materials from other houses. All right, with that said, this house needs a lot of work, so I'll just leave you with a bunch of pictures of how I inherited the Crispy Cottage. Enjoy.